I suppose so. Um, so basically, I think that when we live in a household with parents that are not respectful of us, they taught us, how did I say? My dad taught me what I don't want to know, what I know I don't want to do, how I don't want to be. My mom taught me how I don't want to be. And when I growing up in that way is like all my core values were violated. And when your core values are violated, but you're living in the house with your parents and your child, what can you do? You can either overreact or and become very rebellious, like teenagers often do, or you can go numb and shut down. And I kind of did both. If I was at home, I would shut down and go numb until I couldn't stand it anymore, and then I would overreact and get really rebellious because I wanted them to hear me, and they weren't listening, but they didn't know how to listen, right? So I'm not excusing them, but I'm explaining. Nobody knew this information back then. So what do you do? Well, as you grow up, you somehow, and it can take many, many years, come to a place where you understand that there's something missing from your life. Um, but what is that? What are those things that's missing from your life? And unless you stay in that question and you participate in circles that are willing to engage that question and allow ourselves to feel the pain of our loss, you don't grow. So what do you do? Well, Jack Russell and Glenda Otto put together this course. You took that first class of this course. The whole course is just like that class, the self-observation class. So how do I get that word out? How do I let people know how unbelievably valuable it is to go through learning things like how to stop, drop, and roll, how to like figure out what your emotions are, why you're having them, what to do about them. And there's a peace and a calm that comes over you when you go, oh, I had that very strong emotion again. That strong emotion, I can identify that because I didn't get what I was looking for in my childhood or some other traumatic event in my life. And now that's affecting me. And so when other people are doing it, it's weird because it's like they're not the person that created the pain. That pain comes from the past. But what you're experiencing with the person directly in front of you is the pain from the past, like tenfold. It's just so angering because you have never resolved what that is. Now, learning about your core values, your operating beliefs, how to shift your thought, how to understand your emotions as fear or love in action, which is a very interesting one because it's not just love. It's got to be love in action, like what we're actually doing. Like if you said something that hurt my feelings, instead of me reacting like, how dare you say that, right? In a negative way, that's a fear-based way. It's recognizing, okay, you hurt my feelings. What was it about what you said or how you said it that was so painful? That's stop, drop, and roll, right? So I have to stop for a moment and go, yeah, I have to stop for that moment and say, what was that pain? Oh, I felt demeaned in that moment. And I know that this person in front of me isn't really being demeaning, even though the action was demeaning. They don't deserve the anger of 50 years, pent up anger blasted at them because they just did some weird random act that I took the wrong way. So to hold myself in a place of caring for myself in that way is a form of love in action. So it's self-care, right? Self-care, yeah, is love in action.